Welcome back to another vintage video. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and today I'm taking out Esper Lurrus for another spin. This is a pretty stock list. I did decide to cut Ravenous Traps. It is worse against Force of Vigors, but being able to recur against Lurrus I think is a good thing. I'm playing 3 copies of Stony Silence. I'm not playing any Null Rods. The honest answer is just that null rods are much more expensive. To round out my dredge hate, I do have 3 copies of Containment Priest, but these are mostly here for Oath. I am playing 1 additional Fatal Push when I was playing this deck before. I just really wanted another removal spell for any potential mirror matches. So I went down on dredge hate to incorporate this. We will see if that bites me or not. I did cut a Force of Negation for a Daze. I really liked playing Daze before, so I'm going to try to see if it's a fluke or if it was actually really good. Without further ado, let's get to round 1. The NYSE is returning for its 10th installment this summer. Have you ever won a piece of power during a Magic the Gathering tournament? Well, now's your chance. All 5 Moxen, a Time Walk, an Ancestral Recall, and even a Black Lotus will be up for grabs at this tournament. This event will be taking place on June 6th in Patchogue, New York. Worried about playing an underpowered deck? Don't worry. You're allowed to play with up to 15 proxies. Use the link in the description for more information regarding this historic event. Now let's get back to the action. Welcome to round 1. I will reveal my Lurrus. Our opponent is also a Lurrus deck, so I'm glad I brought in that extra Fatal Push. And Captain Planet said that they've been enjoying my videos. I really appreciate that. This hand is not keepable. I will mulligan. This hand seems fine. I'll try this. And I'll put back an Underground Sea. All right. They lead off with Pluto Delta. Nile Spellbomb. All right. Well, here I think I just want to lead Misty Rainforest. I could see leading Strip Mine, but I really want to get Orcish Bowmasters down. Have the option to get Orcish Bowmasters down, I should say. You don't normally want to be the first player playing Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. At this point, I'm willing to Strip Mine, I think, because it's going to force them. Oh, Psychic Frog does change things, but if their second land drop was a Underground Sea, then that tells me that they may not have another land, especially because they know that we're Lurrus, so they're going to want to lead fetch lands like I did. Here they may just cycle Nihil Spellbomb, and we can't punish them with the Orcish Bowmasters, unfortunately, just because we simply don't have the mana. Okay, they do crack the Spellbomb. Cataxian Probe. Here, I think I am willing to crack for an island and Spell Pierce this Probe. I just really don't want our opponent to draw a land if we can prevent it. Mental Misstep back. Okay, that's fine. They're not guaranteed to draw a land with it. Strip Mine. Okay. Well, we're going to need to draw some more mana. Strip Mine is totally fair. Black Lotus is unfair. I could consider forcing... Okay. They may have an Orcish Bowmasters, or God forbid, 2 Orcish Bowmasters here. I could see about forcing the Black Lotus, because if they have like extra floating blue mana, Spell Pierce would be kind of brutal. Yeah, I guess we're just going to pass. This Daze is probably just going to be pitched to Force of Will. Okay, they did find a Pluto Delta. I would definitely say the advantage bar is on their side. I'm gonna force this stock up. They have better mana than us currently. Yep, here comes a Spell Pierce that I assume is a Spell Pierce. Yep, it was in fact a Spell Pierce. We will not pay for it. Luckily, our opponent's down to 1 card before the stock up. If we can run some lands, I wouldn't even mind a Wasteland here, because we could Wasteland their Wasteland just to keep our Underground Sea safe. Lauren revealed, okay. This might be a point, now that they tapped Wasteland, I may go get Meticulous Archive, just to increase our chances of drawing an extra land. Okay, we did. I'll put that on top, and I will play the Psychic Frog. Okay, Psychic Frog is in. Let's hope they don't have black mana to Fatal Push this. Okay, they do have the black for the Fatal Push. Yep. Let's draw another land, please. This is the game that we're in. Mox Pearl, okay. Snapcaster Mage for Cataxian Probe. Yep. And a Wasteland, all right. Well, we have our own Mox Pearl. I think here I'm just going to keep it safe in my hand. A punish could be if they're playing Time Twister. Another Wasteland, okay. And they did buy their Lurrus. Tundra, I shouldn't play. I can't play anything off of it anyways, so I might as well not play it into the Wasteland. They still need a white or a black source to play the Lurrus, but once they do that, they have Lotus, and then they basically just have infinite mana at that point. They can also start cycling Nihil Spell Bombs, which is going to start making my top deck Treasure Cruises very bad. I say that like I have multiple of them. I only have the one, of course. That's a dig through time. Can't quite cast that one. I guess now I'll play out the Mox Pearl. All right, the attack for 2. What do we get? Swords to Plowshares. Well, that's kind of awkward. I may need to Swords to Plowshares. I'm going to take another Snapcaster Mage hit. But if they don't play Lurrus this turn, I may... Okay, I am just going to have to spend this Swords to Plowshares here. I just can't keep taking 2 just because they have a Lurrus in their hand. Okay, well, at least we got another Swords back. Let's see what we draw. Underground Sea. Okay. Well, now we're getting somewhere. Do I want to just Demonic Tutor? Or do I want to hold up Bowmasters? I think I wanted Demonic Tutor. If they counter with a Force of Negation, I think I'm okay with that. But I can recall next turn. Something I don't want to do is Demonic Tutor for Treasure Cruise. Because if they are able to put Lurrus in play and Nihil Spellbomb me, that'd be really bad. I think I'm either supposed to Demonic Tutor for land or recall because of the Tundra. They have 5 cards in hand, though, and they haven't been doing anything. Okay, yeah, Force of Negation, I assume. Okay, I did expect that. That's fine. I'm honestly not sure which is more correct, the land or the recall. I could see either being just as important. And by land, I guess Mox Sapphire or Jet would be better in this case. But I believe they only have 1 Wasteland left. I'll check here in a second. Okay, that's unfortunate. I will go ahead and play out this Tundra now, though. Yeah, 3 Wastelands and 1 Strip Mine accounted for. Alright, Flow State. That's a beat. Force of Will, not the worst draw. This is just not great for me. This isn't, like, doesn't make me the happiest, but I am going to pitch Psychic Frog to this. In case I draw another Tundra or a Mox Sapphire, I'd rather be able to cast Dig Through Time. It's easier to cast Dig Through Time from this spot than it is Psychic Frog, is my point. And if they stock up for another Wasteland, would just absolutely wreck me. Let's see what they have. Well, we knew they had the Lurrus. So they do have Bowmasters and more Fatal Pushes. That makes me very happy that we pitched the Psychic Frog then. I doubt they Force of Will this. But now if they play Lurrus, I can exile their yard at least. I assume that they're putting me on Swords to Plowshares in this spot is why they're not playing out their Lurrus. Or maybe even their Orcish. Well, they know I have Orcish Bowmasters in my hand. So that's why they're not playing theirs. Okay. So this is a trap because if I Treasure Cruise, they don't know I have swords, but they know I have Orcish Bowmasters. I don't have black. This is a trap, I think, because if I Treasure Cruise, they can, in response, Bowmasters, and then when I swords, they will just Force of Will. So I actually think I have to pass, which is really unfortunate. They may be thinking about running out Bowmasters in this spot. Okay, they do run out the Bowmasters. I'm going to follow up with Swords to Plowshares, of course. Let's see if they want to pitch Force of Will to it. Okay, they do not. That does make me happy because now they're probably going to have to Force of Will my Treasure Cruise. If they have a second Bowmaster, that'll be unfortunate for us. Okay, they do play out the Lurrus, so let's eat their yard in response. We don't need them holding up hardcast Force of Will. Cannot pay, unfortunately. Here comes the Lurrus. I will go to 3. And I'm going to need some sort of land time walk draw to get out of this, more than likely. I need black source here. because otherwise I think I'm just dead, so I can Orcish Bowmasters to try to stay alive. That's not good. I mean, I'll play the Spell Pierce. I'm sorry, I'll play the Mox Sapphire to play around a Spell Pierce, but they have Force blue card face up. But I'm going to make them do it. Yep, as I thought. Force, pitch, Force. Two of their last 3 cards are Fatal Pushes, and we just don't have an answer on board because of our mana situation, unfortunately. Here, I think I'm going to trade out a Nihil Spellbomb for a Soul Guide Lantern. Bring in some Fatal Pushes, take out Force of Negations, and I think that'll just about do it. Yes, I would like to play first. I'll reveal a Lurrus. Yeah, I will happily keep this hand. Let's lead Pearl into Underground Sea. If they have Wasteland here, it's not the end of the world because I can play Bowmasters. And I kind of hope they Force of Will this, because then I get to pick up my Underground Sea. Oh yeah. I get to counter both plays. I love Daze. I think I'm going to clip that for the video. We'll see. Now we get to play Misty Rainforest even. Underground Sea, go. Okay, well, let's bring out a Strip Mine. What is this? Oh, Fatal Push. Sure, we had our fun. Playing around Force of Negation in that spot, which I take out, but it's still pretty free to do, so you should do it. Okay, they have a Polluted Delta. They have Black Lotus. Okay. Another Black Lotus pass. I will not complain. I don't want to crack this fetch, even if it means I can buy Lurrus. Okay, we have Underground Sea now. Or a second one, I mean, so we can run out the first. Just keep attacking. Opponent cracks fetch. For Island, makes sense. I've already used my Strip Mine as well. Ancestral Recall. Well, we're 1 away from Dig Through Timing in response, so we just have to let this happen, unfortunately. Lurrus revealed Cycle. Underground Sea. Yep. Into Psychic Frog. Okay. I'm going to Swords. Okay, it does resolve. That actually tells me a lot. I think I do want to go get Meticulous Archive now. Just because I have this other Underground Sea as well. Lavinia. I'll put Lavinia on top. Why not? I will play out the Underground Sea. Let's play Lavinia. Let's attack for 1. And now they need another land in order to stock up. They can't Force of Will us currently. Okay, there's a Wasteland. Okay, it looks like it is stock up. This Lavinia puts a lot of pressure on their Wastelands too, because if they want to be able to cast their spells, they have to keep a critical mass of lands in play. And we get to Dig Through Time here if we want, which it looks like we do. So I need to keep the Orcish Bowmasters in my yard. All right, so we got Recall, yes please. And Wasteland, also yes please. Let's recall ourselves while they can't do anything. And then we will attack for 3. I don't want to pitch this Psychic Frog. I probably won't have to, but let's not bring that to fruition. Okay, there's a Saga. I'm glad I have this Wasteland. Just another stock up or a flow state? Okay, it's a flow state, sure. Yep, Pearl gets countered. Fatal Push. That is kind of brutal. It's brutal that I have to pitch the Psychic Frog to this, but I'm going to keep Lavinia alive. Them not being able to... Okay, Soul Guide Lantern, sure. Them not being able to cheat on mana is very nice. And just basically make sure our spells resolve at this point. Demonic Tutor is nice. Let's cast this. We can't quite Treasure Cruise, thanks to the Soul Guide Lantern. We could get another Wasteland, but that doesn't seem fantastic. I could get a Time Walk. That doesn't seem like it does much, though. That puts them to 4. Getting Lotus doesn't do anything, except puts the Lurrus into play right now. Let's take a Psychic Frog. This way they're going to think that we Wastelanded for the Demonic Tutor. I mean, that we Wastelanded for the Demonic Tutor. That we Demonic Tutored for the Wasteland. Okay, our opponent casts a Flow State. Alright, let's shut the door on this game. Okay, well, 3 removal spell, not great. Luckily, if they have Snapcaster Mage here, we have so much removal, it doesn't matter how much counter magic they could have. Orcish Bowmasters, sure. That's fine. We're going to let them go to blocks. Okay. Let's cast this. And then in response to this trigger, we will swords. If they play land, they have hardcast force, which they did play a land. Okay, feed the swarm on the frog. Time Twister. You know what? I'm probably willing to Time Twister here. If they have Bowmasters again, then Time Twister gets really weird. Obviously, I have the Swords, the Plowshares. Yeah, I still think I want to attack before Time Twister. Just in case. Let's hope they don't have another Bowmasters. It'll be very awkward for us. It looks like they do. Sure. We'll let them trade off. I will Time Twister after combat. And if they want to use their last 2 cards to force, that's fine. They may eat our yard in response here, which I wouldn't blame them. They probably should. I'm glad I haven't bought the Lurrus yet, which the Soul Guide Lantern kind of prevented me from wanting to do that in the first place. Okay, this isn't the worst. If I had a Lavinia, I probably would have played it, so they can probably safely assume that these Wastelands and Strip Binds can be proactively used, which they do. Good on them for recognizing that. And they probably just take out the extra black sources here. Is this a flow state? No, it's a time walk. Sure. Crack Polluted Delta. Is this a stock up I can spell pierce? It is. They might force back, and I'm a-okay with that. Sure. What did they pitch? Lorien revealed? That's fine. I'm not going to force a Will of stock up here. They do have an untapped step coming up, though, because they did time walk. I really hope they just take our Underground Sea here, so I can play this Urza Saga. Ancestral Recall I do care about. I will force a Will back if they force me. Hopefully it's a pitch cast. No, it's nothing. Okay, so this means they kept action. Sure, you can have a Mox Jet. I assume their second keep off. Okay. This is so annoying because I don't want to force a Will that either. Okay. That other Wasteland might be enough to do me in. Yep. Hopefully they get greedy and just strip mine me here. If this is a stock up, oh, they bought Lurrus. Okay, sure. Black Lotus is fine. They'll cast their Lurrus and hopefully they don't have counter magic backup. Oh, looks like they might. Oh, no. Okay. If they had Force of Will, they would have had Lurrus in play. Now, they could have been like, well, Daze blows me out here, but I would have Dazed before I forced. So, I don't think they have a Force, is my point. Upkeep Wasteland. Sure. Let's take the Strip Mine. We want to protect the Saga just in case. Let's attack, and if they don't have a creature here, we might get the W and go to game 3. Yep. This doesn't mean anything because they could Fatal Push on our turn to play around. Or I guess we have Force of Negation regardless, but... No, what's this? Dismember. Sure. Alright, don't play a Wasteland? Still don't play a Wasteland? I don't know why I didn't buy Lurrus there. That was a punt for me. Okay. Well, at least Captain Planet probably thought we were bluffing there, but I honestly just forgot to buy Lurrus there like a dummy. But no bluffs now that they probed me. Yep, we will go to our turn. Oh, let's brainstorm. Why not? Sure, put Tundra and Wasteland back, I suppose. Play Urza Saga. Probably want to dig through time now. I think I could have sequenced that a little bit better, maybe. I don't even know if that's true, but... Alright, well, Polluted Delta is another black source, and then I can Psychic Frog. Or I can take Force again. It's also Swords. I think I like Swords, actually, the most. And then I guess I'll take Force of Will. Just because I'd rather pitch Force of Will to Force of Will than Force of Will to Psychic Frog. Let's see what they have. Demonic Tutor is probably for a Wasteland effect, so let's just hit this now. Another stock up. Okay. Interesting sequencing. Going for the Demonic Tutor first. All right, upkeep draw. They didn't find a Wasteland. All right, well, here I probably just want to buy Lurrus and keep up Urza's Saga. There we go. A Wasteland here isn't the end of the world. We are running out of time, though, so we're going to have to play a lot faster. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Ancestral Recall. That's a beating. Mox Sapphire. Mox Emerald. Soul Guide Lantern. On my dig through time. Let's create a token. Fatal Push, I assume. Yep. Resolves. Draw. Trigger on the stack. Let's make another token. Time Walk would be nice if we can ever draw that. I don't want to get Vexing Bauble because I can't play my Black Lotus then. Or maybe I do anyways and I can crack it. Yeah, sure. Okay, we are officially in hurry up mode. Play the Lurrus. Remember, we have a whole nother game to play if we win this one. Okay. Is this Bowmaster? Oh, no, it's Fatal Push. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Lavinia's not going to do much. Luckily, Swords to Plowshares means we have a lethal attack. Unfortunately, they have so much mana, it doesn't really matter for Lavinia's other abilities. What is this? Oh, another stock up. Okay. This deck is sweet. I definitely think that we're losing this because our opponent just has the better cantrips than us. And that's okay. Fatal Push is a beating. Another flow state. Okay, let's draw a card. Sure, we'll start with a Lavinia. If they have a Force of Will, I suspect this to get forced. It does not. Let's play Soul Guide Lantern. It doesn't really matter. Let's just hit the first card. We don't have time to mess around. We will Swords the Psychic Frog. We will Wasteland their Saga. I have to make all these decisions way too fast, but that's fine. Let's draw a card. We'll play a Wasteland. And sure, we'll take out an Underground Sea. F6. Another Psychic Frog. Okay, that's probably game. Yep, not blocking. A Fatal Push would be nice here if they don't have interaction. This tells me they probably do have interaction, though, because our opponent's smart enough to know that Fatal Push kills them without it. Lorien revealed. Let's cast. For hard cast Force of Will, I assume. This does look like a hard cast Force of Will. They let it resolve. That's Fatal Push. If they have Orcish Bowmasters, I think we're dead anyways. Let's just try to trick them into forcing this Ancestral Recall. Okay. And now we can Fatal Push the Frog. Is that game? We're going to lose the match, but is that game? Wow. We're going to lose the match anyways, but that was excellent. All right. Unfortunately, I don't think we're winning this game, but I'm still going to play it out as though time is not a factor. I think we're going to just keep it as such and hope to be super aggro. All right, let's do this. We just have to play at lightning speed, so forgive me if I don't commentate a whole lot. Yep, reveal the Lurrus. We will keep. I know that I should probably mulligan this, but if we might be able to do something. I'll play Wasteland. Sure. Well, maybe, nope, recall. Sure, I can't cast my frog anyways. And now I can just strip mine. F6 again. Yep. Treasure Cruise, okay. Wasteland, sure. We'll play our own Wasteland. F6 again. Okay, our turn again. They did not play a land. I'll just play Tundra and hope that that's good enough for now. I don't want to crack Bauble for Black Lotus just yet. Land, so I can buy Lurrus at least? No, that's unfortunate. Wasteland is also unfortunate. But if we have a black source, we at least get Orcish Bowmasters going. Black source, Underground Sea, please? No? Okay, that's unfortunate. We'll say go. Now I can't F6, I don't think. Because if they have another Wasteland here, they might play it. Opponent going to clean up. Let's see if they discard a Mox. No, they do not. Black source, please? Recall. Okay. Let's draw, cast, recall, and then I can Treasure Cruise after. Oh, okay, well, that took way too much time to do. Mox Jet. Let's play Frog. Treasure Cruise. Okay. At this point, we're just going to get rid of Lavinia. It's just F6 through our turn. We still have time. Yep. Yep. Okay, well, they have a ton of Moxen. Ah, man, cracking that Vexing Bauble. But we wouldn't be in this position that we're in without it, so it's fine. Stock up, sure. Probably just going to play second Psychic Frog here. Yep, definitely going to play second Psychic Frog here now. We are catching up on time. Flow state again, okay. With all these cantrips, we are catching up on time. Tolarian Academy confirmed. Snapcaster Mage. Is this for Flow State? Or no, it might be for Fatal Push. It is for Fatal Push. Lantern, okay. Psychic Frog, okay. Underground Sea? Sure, that's actually a great draw. Orcish Bowmasters. I want to do all of this now, basically. So I can F6. 45 seconds to a minute 10. Psychic Frog, okay. We don't have a white source currently, but we can Demonic Tutor for it. Probably just Demonic Tutor for Pearl. What is this? Oh, Dismember, sure. F6. "17 seconds. Strip Mine, sure. I kind of hope they strip mine my Urza Saga because it saves me time. I just F60 my turn. That's fine. I don't care about playing the land. Oh, no. I just cost myself seconds. If they play Lurrus here, I get to Swords it. Sure. F6. Just skipping through my turn again. Holy cow. Holy cow. That was a match. That was excellent. That was peak. I am proud to announce the 2026 Oklahoma Land Run Weekend, July 10th through the 12th. This event will be held at the Reed Convention Center in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Join me and my vintage family for a weekend of Magic the Gathering events featuring huge prizes and competitive play across multiple formats. Main events include a Vintage, a Legacy, and a Team Trios event, including Vintage, Legacy, and Modern. Don't have power? No worries. You can proxy any card currently on the reserve list. This year's artist is none other than the literal legend Nicola Beeson. Beeson will be on site all weekend long and is the designer of this year's playmat. Our game would not have stood the test of time without artists like Nicola Beeson. Please show her some support during the event. In addition to other prizes, the Vintage Champion will receive the original painting of the playmat art, while the Legacy Champion will receive the original sketch of the painting. Side events so far include a High Roller Vintage Cube for Power Thursday evening, at least one old school charity event, a pre-modern challenge also Thursday evening hosted by Game HQ, Duel Commander, and even more to follow. For more information, please use the links in the description to join the Oklahoma Land Run Discord. I'll see you there. Now let's get back to the video. All right, round 2. We won the die roll, we revealed our Lurrus. We're gonna keep this hand. Looks like they also chose to keep 7 cards, and we will go to draw or main phase. Let's start things off with a probe. Probe, Vigor, Vigor, Vine, okay. All right, it's one of those games, huh? Well, I think here we can lead off with a Time Walk. Luckily, we can get Tundra here since we have Jet. Now let's draw a blue source so we can play Lavinia maybe. Orcish Bowmasters. That's also fine. I will play out my Wasteland, and I will say go. And if they force a Vigor us, I'm okay with that. In fact, they might have wanted to do that the previous turn, but they don't know our hand. Play an Orcish Bowmasters in response. We will show them our hand, because I'd rather just deal extra damage to them. Okay. And that's a scoop. All right, playing against not Dredge, but still a Bizarre deck. So let's bring in some Containment Priests. And I think we want all these. I could see Consigned to Memory if we're like super desperate. I think we're supposed to take out 2 Force of Negations. Daze is also really nice against Bizarre decks that don't play real mana. Now, I think this deck does play real mana. I think it plays like Gaia's Cradles and stuff, but I guess only time will tell. I don't remember if we're supposed to side out forces or not. I'm going to keep in 1 Spell Pierce, 2 forces. All right, this is another great keep. Containment Priest into Orcish Bowmasters. And even have a Swords of the Plowshares to follow it up with. 2 Vengevines. Okay, let's see if they can put them into play. Okay, that's big, because 2 Vengevines might have been enough. Let's see how they feel about Black Lotus before I decide to play my land, because if this gets countered, I'm going to play Polluted Delta. It does get countered. Let's play Polluted Delta. This is so I can get Tundra and leave up Swords of the Plowshares for 1 of the Vengevines. Second Bizarre is pretty good. And they have 3rd Vengevine. If they hit 2 Root Wallers here, we may just be dead. If they don't hit 2 Root Wallers here, they may be dead. Unless they have a Force of Will, of course. Here I'm going to get Meticulous Archive. I'm so glad I put Meticulous Archive in our deck. Time Walk. So this plays into Force of Negation. But they have 2 cards left in hand. I'll keep it on top so we can have both Swords and Bowmasters up. I'm going to Sorcery Speed the Bowmasters. Okay, it just resolves instantly, which means Orcish Bowmasters probably resolves instantly. Oh, we even have Spell Pierce? Nice. Let's play the Bowmasters. Master of Death trigger. Okay, I'm not going to crack the fetch. I'd rather just leave up Swords. Because remember, they can play these Vengevines at instant speed, basically. Strip Mine's excellent. Let's hit one of the Bazaars. Sure, we get to grow our Orc army now. And if they pitch 2 Root Wallers, yes, they do. Now, these still get cast, but the Containment Priest will stop the Vengevines. And if they have Force of Will, we have Spell Pierce. Excellent. They do have Force of Will. This is what you call having it all. That's the game. All right. Welcome to round 3. So we're playing a Lurrus Mirror, and I'm going to keep my hand. We are on the draw. They begin the game with 7 cards, and so will I. Polluted Delta, Mox Pearl. Okay. That is fine. I will play Scalding Tarn likely on my turn. Okay, Pluto Delta. Mox Sapphire would have been a great draw, but I'll just keep calm with this Ancestral Recall. I could have recalled in response, but I really want to be able to recall with Force of Negation up. Yeah, I'll Spell Pierce this. Let's get an Underground Sea. Upkeep, draw. Vexing Bauble. That is a good draw. Let's play Tundra. And then now we can recall ourselves. All right. And then we can sack the Bauble. Oh, that's not good for them. Maybe I want to keep the Bauble around. Lavinia would be a good draw. Another land not considered a good draw, but we get to hardcast Force of Negation now, and if we don't need to, then we can just go get Meticulous Archive. Okay, they do find a land. Psychic Frog is fine. We have a Swords for that. We'll crack, get Meticulous Archive. Yeah, I think Strip Mine is fine here. We'll Strip Mine their Underground Sea. If they played Days, it might have been better to do the Undercity Sewers, but I think this is fine. I don't want to buy Lurrus because I want to keep up Force of Negation. A way they can get out of this is by drawing a Ancestral Recall or a Stock Up. Another Frog, sure. And here I can dig through time. So I shall. Gonna leave the Recall in my yard for Time Twister purposes. Orcish Bowmaster seems nice, and I guess Lorien Reveal to eventually draw more cards, because I don't want any more of these lands, and Force of Will's not doing a whole lot for us. Alright, draw. Wasteland. Okay, I'll take a Wasteland. I'll hit the Underground Sea again. And again, I want to keep up Force of Negation as an option. I can always Orcish Bowmasters end of turn. Upkeep, draw. Mox Jet doesn't do anything for us. Again, I'm going to continue not putting Lurrus in hand. I just value the Force of Negation more, and I value Vexing Bauble, turning off their forces, potential Moxen, and other draws, more than I value getting in Lurrus to start looping Bauble. Okay, well, that is annoying. At least they'll start taking a ton of damage if they start attacking us. I may be putting too much strength into this Vexing Bauble. I think I'm going to hold steady for now. We'll pass. Remember, if they attack us, the Orcish Bowmasters gets bigger, or the Orc army gets bigger, and then we can attack them back for more damage. Sure. We'll take one. Momentum Breaker, we will counter. And I'm going to fetch out the rest of these lands. We do have a Brainstorm in the deck, but I think this is fine. If we do, we have another Lorien revealed. And I want to go ahead and crack this Bauble. No, I'm not. This is tough. I'll just go to my next turn, because I don't want them to Force of Will my Lorien revealed. Alright, let's see what we draw. Spell Pierce, okay. They could have their own Orcish Bowmasters, so let's attack first. Because I think if they have an Orcish Bowmasters, they'll play it before blocks. Alright, let's cast. Spell Pierce is fine. I could have played around that by cycling first, but I'm okay with this. Yep, they will draw a card. We will target them. They buy Lurrus. Okay. Upkeep, draw. We have our own Force of Will now. So now I think it's definitely safe to just crack this bauble. Our own frog. Let's buy our Lurrus. We will Spell Pierce. Would they pitch? Force of Will? Sure. We'll resolve the Lurrus. And I think we'll just play Black Lotus here so I can play my own frog. And then we will attack. Opponent goes to 5. We have a force on their first relevant play. Mox Jet is fine. Lurrus is something. I'll force it. The gain life is just kind of annoying. This way they kind of can't afford to attack us. Okay, Spell Pierce back. That's fine. Days. Okay, sure. Glad I'm not the only one playing Days. So I do need to take out the Undercity Sewers for future games. Okay. 1 card left in opponent's hand. I don't believe they should play it, because if they play it and it doesn't pump the frog, then I can block for free. Now, they're probably not attacking me, but with the Lurrus in play, they might consider it. Okay, they do discard it. It was a Mox Sapphire. Yep, and then they get it back because Lurrus. Excellent. So now they can't afford to jump attack me if they want. Draw step. Treasure Cruise was a great hit. All right, well, okay, they do concede to that because I get to jump my frog and then discard some number of cards if I want to. All right, well, we definitely want these fatal pushes. I think switching out this Nihil Spellbomb for the Soul Guide Lantern is also fine. I don't like Force of Negations. And honestly, that's probably it. All right, reveal our Lurrus. I'm not a huge fan of this hand, but I do think that it's good enough. It's just our tapped Meticulous Archive. If we could get Wastelanded out of this game fairly easily, as our best cards are Swords and Lavinia, I believe. And if we do get Wastelanded, then the Underground Seas, we're not going to get the Psychic Frog into play until turn 3, and by that time it might be too late. They lead with Undercity Sewers. Let's see if we can draw a Wasteland. Although our Wasteland is going to be much worse with them having a Mox Sapphire. Time Walk. Okay. Force of Will, I will just put into the graveyard. I could see keeping Force of Will on top to protect Lavinia next turn, potentially, and pitching Time Twister. Okay, they didn't have a Wasteland. That's great. Oh, we got the Force of Will anyways. I just knew better. Okay, opponent fetches in response. Is this going to be a hard cast Days? No, Cycle Lorien revealed. Okay. Okay, well, we're in there. This is Fatal Push. Nope, they're just going to cycle Nihil Spellbomb to get rid of our Force of Will. That's fine. Dismember. If they care enough, I'm probably supposed to care enough. And I'll get rid of the Time Twister. If they had Fatal Push, they would have played Fatal Push first. Vexing Bauble. Let's attack first. We have Swords of the Plowshares. If they have Orcish Bowmasters, that could be a problem. But we can't live in fear. Okay, they do have the Orcish Bowmasters. Sure. Let's Swords now. While Lavinia's still in play. And then I'm just going to follow this up with the Psychic Frog. Okay, Psychic Frog is in. Opponent has another land, and they have Lotus. So now they have Lurrus, Lotus, and then they can start cycling Nihil Spellbomb to draw cards. It's not the greatest. I assume that they're going to go for the Nihil Spellbomb. If they go for Lotus, I'm going to assume that they have Force of Negation or Will. Yep. And they should crack this now so that I can't jump the frog. I hope I don't draw a good card next turn, because if I do, I'm going to be kind of sad, because I would like to pitch the Vexing Bauble and whatever I draw to the Psychic Frog so I can attack through the Lurrus twice. All right, let's attack Island. For now, I'll just Time Walk. Okay, I should have Vexing Baubled first. I got a little bit egregious. Yeah, that was so bad for me. The Vexing Bauble's right there, too. That's like the worst part about all this. Yeah, let's just play the Vexing Bauble. Is Mental Misstep worth a card? And I think it is. Urza Saga. Okay, well, a Wasteland would be nice. Their own Psychic Frog? That's unfortunate. Wow, these draws are horrible. Let's attack. I'm willing to forego drawing a card to defeat their Psychic Frog if they choose to block. I don't think they will block. I'm just saying my thoughts. Man, this is such a different game if I just played Vexing Bauble first. I don't know why I didn't do that. Inexcusable. Wasteland. Okay. Let's take that out. We're still in this game. Let's buy Lurrus. Unfortunately, they're going to exile our Vexing Bauble with the Nihil Spellbomb this turn. Yep. Let's see what they draw. Another land. I don't think I want to play a Wasteland even if I had it, so I think I'm going to play Polluted Delta and crack it immediately, just to thin out my draws. Orcish Bowmasters, okay. Sure, I will discard. And honestly, I'll just discard again. I could play, then replay the frog. But they know I have Lurrus in hand, so I'd rather not play into it. And if they made a misplay, then they got me. Removal? Okay, there's a Wasteland. Yep, they'll hit me for one. Let's play Lurrus, but I don't think I'm going to win this game. The last two cards were Force of Will, Psychic Frog. Okay. There's a 2-turn clock. Their own Vexing Bauble. Soul Guide Lantern. A little bit too late, unfortunately. Let's just Wasteland the sewers. Another Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. Well, that's lethal. Let's draw a card in response, even though we're basically dead to this. Yep. We'll take 2. Oh, they targeted me with the recall. Yeah, that makes sense, because then we're just dead to it. Nice play. I think I'm going to keep the sideboard the same. As much as I'm not a huge fan of Twister, especially with opposing Orcish Bowmasters decks, I do acknowledge that it's a really quick and easy win when it comes online. So let's just keep the deck the same. I'll be on the play this time, and let's hope I don't mess up another Time Walk Vexing Bauble hand. Sure, I'll keep this. We'll just play a Misty Rainforest and pass. Opponent goes Island, Mox Jet. Is this a turn 1 frog? Okay, thank goodness. I don't want to crack this Misty Rainforest yet. Psychic Frog. Here, I think I want to lead Urza Saga I know that might sound weird, but I don't want Misty Rainforest to get a land, me play the other one, and then them wasteland me and I be off a color. That is a big downside to Esper. And this is basically going to force them that if they have a wasteland, they're going to play it. Just play a Soul Guide Lantern. They have their own saga. Okay. Well, we have a wasteland. Here, I think it's safe to get the Meticulous Archive. Let's hope to draw a Mox here. Recall. We'll put that on top. We'll draw a Recall. This is the awkward part, because do we play Tundra and have Urza Saga going and then play Wasteland, or do we Wasteland now? I think we want to just play Tundra. Not show that we have a Wasteland, and then this way we can make 2 Construct tokens, and they only get to make 1. Orcish Bowmasters is a pain. We could recall in response, but then we don't get to Urza Saga. But I think I'm going to do that. If they have a Force of Will ability, that would be really annoying. But so will letting this Orcish Bowmasters resolve, and Orcish Bowmasters on the stack. They have their own recall. Well, we're not using this anyways, so let's draw a card. Maybe we'll hit a mental misstep. No, we do not. That's unfortunate. I am going to cycle this for a Underground Sea. I just want to maximize our percentage to hit something like a Daze here. Wow. Okay. Sure. Well, that might have lost us the game. Yeah, 1 Construct's going to do us in, it looks like. And they have a Strip Mine for their own. Yep. I do like the Strip Mine there for the Meticulous Archive because it effectively turns off the Urza Saga anyways. Seal of Removal. Okay, that's great for them, not us. So currently our hand folds to all of this. And this is a classic case of what happens when your opponent, in the mirror matches like this, your opponent has more Moxen than you do. Do we just get Lotus now? I guess. Oh, why did I click the Underground Sea? I don't know why I clicked the Underground Sea. I needed a Wasteland there, but I guess I'm buying Lurrus now. I know they have the Seal. I also could have sequenced this slightly better so that I could also play the Psychic Frog, and now I can't. And the Force of Negation on top. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this game. They're going to have 2 Constructs here, and I don't think I can handle that. I don't even have Seal of Cleansing in my deck because I didn't put it in. Oh, opponent isn't making Constructs? They only made 1? Dismember on the Lurrus makes sense. And then now they're making their own Lurrus. Oh, Time Twister. Okay, well, good game. All right, welcome to round 4. This hand is tricky, but I'm going to keep it because we're on the play. I have turn 1 Lavinia without playing a land. And that wins a lot of matchups. Our opponent didn't reveal a Lurrus, and I don't know what they're playing. I know I could look it up, but I just don't care to be frank. Let's play a Sapphire. Oh, they're F6'd? Excellent. Well, let's go. Lavinia doesn't keep... I was just about to say, doesn't keep creatures from entering. Let's just Swords this now. Then we'll draw a card. Strip Mine, excellent. This might just be game. Let's target us. And we even have Force of Will, but not blue card. Ancient Tomb, okay. Vexing Bauble, sure. Untap, upkeep. Let's play land. I think we're going to just play Nihil Spellbomb here. And we will attack. I'm going to leave up the Orcish Bowmasters for when and if they crack Bauble. I don't think they will because they could have done it off their floating mana. Okay, Mishra's Workshop. Golos can be a problem. Sure. Let's see what they want to get off of it. A Caracas probably, I would imagine. No, they get Saga. Okay. So now Demonic Tutor has a couple options. One of which being Swords, one of which being Wasteland. Let's see what we draw. I'm going to brainstorm here and just get Wasteland. It still keeps them from playing their larger non-creature spells. And I don't care about the Golos being a roadblock for the moment. And if we brainstorm now, Demonic Tutor shuffles it away, shuffles the top away, which will likely be these two Force of Wills. Oh, or we can just naturally get everything and just have it all. I could take out Ancient Tomb here, but I'm just going to hit the Urza Saga. Then I'm going to hit the Golos. Then I'm going to attack. And I'll probably cycle Nihil Spellbomb end of turn. Give them a chance to crack their Vexing Bubble to draw a card. Wasteland, okay. That could be a problem. Is this a 3-ball? And that's why they're not wastelanding me yet? No, it's a Soul Ring. Sure. Lodestone Golem would be annoying. Nettle Cyst, sure. Yep, so that's why they didn't wasteland me yet. They may wasteland me now. And they do. Yeah, our opponent might have dug out of this. I guess we'll say go. If they crack Bauble, we'll have Force of Will back, which will be nice. Oh, Caracas is just... Well, it gives us something to do with our mana, I suppose, so it's not even the worst. But the fact that it's another land means they can play more things. Please draw a blue source or a black source, one of the two. Wasteland. Just going to hit the Caracas. I don't need them bouncing Golos and everything. That's fine. We can replay it. A blue source, I think, will put us firmly in the driver's seat, especially if our opponent keeps drawing the way they have. Blue source? That's a Spell Pierce, which does effectively nothing. All right. Percentage-wise, we're advantaged, but if they draw a threat here, we do just kind of lose, thanks to the Vexing Bubble. Okay, land. And I think I do want to be proactive about this. I am going to get Underground Sea. All right, dig through time to find what? Psychic Frog? Bowmasters doesn't do a lot. I guess Mox Jet. Mox Jet lets us Demonic Tutor and find Time Walk, so we can Time Walk Psychic Frog next turn. Mox Jet. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I can't believe I did that. Yep. All right, well, that's 2 matches in a row where I just hardcore punted. Okay, Tundra. Let's play the Psychic Frog. We will continue passing. But our opponent can only draw lands for so long. Crucible of Worlds, okay. Upkeep, draw. Okay, another Polluted Delta. We'll get an Underground Sea again. We will black, white, Demonic Tutor for Time Walk. Make sure there's nothing else that we'd rather have. I could Time Twister, but that seems horrible on this board when I'm already winning the board. So let's get a Time Walk. Let's play the Time Walk. I could attack into the Phyrexian Germ token and just discard our hand, but I'm not going to. I think I will. No, I won't. I was going to say I might discard the Spell Pierce, but they might crack this Vexing Bauble eventually. We'll see. Lorien Revealed. I mean, that draws us some cards. Sure. Another Psychic Frog? That's probably even better. All right, this time I think I will attack into the Phyrexian Germ. That's fine. Now that that's a 4/5. Black, blue. And then buy Lurrus. I'll pass the turn. They might bounce Lavinia here. They should. Okay, they do. Sphere of Resistance, sure. Okay, they do crack the Bauble. Alright, that's game. Alright, our opponent is playing Shop, so we definitely want these consigns. It's awkward because they play Crucible of Worlds, so like I kind of want access to Nihil Spellbomb effects, but it's not the end of the world. And their deck plays Null Rod, so I don't need to bring in Stony Silence against the deck that main boards Null Rod. I do want the Seal of Cleansing, however. And I don't really need anything else. Mental Misstep doesn't have a ton of targets. I don't think we need a Probe. And we're on the draw, so I think I'm going to cut Vexing Bauble. So let's try that. We'll be on the draw, so let's hope that our opponent doesn't start with a Vexing Bauble unless we don't keep a Force of Will hand. Which we do, and we're going to keep this. So again, let's hope that they don't lead with a Vexing Bauble. Okay, Workshop, Mox, Sphere of Resistance. I'm okay with forcing this. If they have second Sphere, they kind of get us, but okay. Orcish Bowmasters, okay. We'll pass the turn. Petrified Hamlet, we need to crack this in response. We'll get Underground Sea. We'll let that resolve. Let's Polluted Delta, okay. Crucible of Worlds. Sure. A Seal of Cleansing would be nice. Spellmasters them. Go to our turn. Draw. Tundra, not the greatest. I think I'm supposed to play Tundra before Recall. No, because I can draw a Wasteland. I was thinking in case I draw another Bowmaster or a Demonic Tutor, but I'm gonna play the Recall first. Seal of Cleansing, nice. I'll play it. Let's attack. Now, if they Wasteland us, we can't stop them from Wastelanding us once, but with Wasteland on the stack, then we can Seal of Cleansing. So there's no need to Crucible of Worlds now. I hope this is just a Golos. Oh, Worm Coil Engine, that's even better for us. We get to just Swords that. Upkeep, draw. Well, for what it's worth, they did find a Polluted Delta. Do I want Psychic Frog or do I want to just buy Lurrus? I think I want to buy Lurrus so I can start the cleansing, Seal of Cleansing train. Okay, there's a Wasteland. We will hit the Crucible, like we talked about. Untap, upkeep, draw, Force of Will. Okay, well, Psychic Frog can pitch to Force of Will, so that's fine. This says it still gets colorless, yeah. So let's play... I guess we can attack first. And then we'll play Polluted Delta, tap it for colorless, play Lurrus. We can't play Seal of Cleansing yet, but we can next turn. And we have Force of Will for the next relevant spell. Caracas. Okay, you have a Caracas. Sure. Orcish Bowmaster is not bad. Kind of wish I had Time Twister now. For those of you not in the know, Caracas artist Nicola Beeson, Leonard is the printed name, she will be at the Oklahoma Land Run. Hopefully you will be able to attend and see them there. Second Wasteland is kind of annoying, but it doesn't change much. The biggest thing that it changes is that I can't Lurrus and Seal. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think they're still supposed to Wasteland me there. Because it means that I couldn't do both. Yeah, I can still just play Lurrus and replay Seal of Cleansing, so... I think they should have Wastelanded me. Let's attack. If I didn't have Force Blue card, I'd be a little bit more aggressive on this. Okay, our opponent is tired of us Seal of Cleansing them for free. They do bounce the Lurrus. They do play another Workshop. Draw. Swords, okay. I mean, we're not doing anything else with this mana. And we can always Swords a Worm Coil Engine on our turn. Okay, attack. Hopefully we draw a second blue card soon for the second Force. Patchwork Automaton is fine. We can just Swords that. Golos is less fine because they get to get a land off of it regardless, so I will force the Golos. And I'll pitch the frog. Yep, they'll bounce the Lurrus. This has Ward 2, I believe. Yes. Oh, Mox Jet. Okay, great. So now we get to keep Lurrus. We will pay. Yeah, because now we can Orcish Bowmasters end of turn and keep up swords. In fact, we're just going to Orcish Bowmasters now. So we can do extra damage and get this game over. And if they don't play a Wasteland... Oh, Bog! Okay, well, that was a reason... Yep, that was a reason to play the Lurrus. Oh well, they got us. Okay, sure. I probably just attack. Yep, let's just attack. We can just replay the threat. Okay, they agree about us replaying the threat. And I have Force of Will up here, so I'm just going to hold Hardcast Force. Mana Vault's fine. They have a 2/2 now. I can still attack and play Bowmasters, so let's just do that. They'll block one and I'll replay it. I won't target them, and by them I mean I won't target the Patchwork because it'll just counter it. Yep. They go to 1 and I have Force of Will. That's the game. All right, 5th and final round. Let's reveal our Lurrus. What does this hand do? This hand Wasteland checks them and starts getting turn 2 constructs while having Force of Will backup against unknown opponent? Sure. Mox Jet, okay. Tellurian Academy. Well, at least we have Wasteland. Time Walk. I am actually, this might be aggressive or it might be genius. We'll find out in the turns to follow, but I'm going to Force of Will this. And then Wasteland them. All right, we Wastelanded. Now let's Mox Pearl. That holds up swords. Back to their turn. Just if I don't Force of Will there, then Wasteland, they could just absolutely have a brutal turn, and I don't want to allow that to happen. Okay, well, now we may need to Demonic Tutor for Wasteland. Okay, they Demonic Tutor. Unfortunate. Let's see what they Demonic Tutor for. Sapphire. Who knows? Yep. And if they have a Spell Pierce, our Demonic Tutor is going to be really bad, but I think I'm supposed to Demonic Tutor for Wasteland unless I draw one here. Oh, they recall. Okay, so they definitely Demonic Tutored for one of these two things. And I honestly think it's the Mox Sapphire for what it's worth. Okay, well, there's our Spell Pierce. Let's Demonic Tutor. Let's get Wasteland. Now, this is going to be... Oh, they Force of Will. Okay, well... I was going to say, they're still going to get a construct, but we have Swords to Plowshares to kind of mop it up. But now they just get 2 constructs. So I think I'd rather them have 2 constructs, though, than just go off with Tellurian Academy with this draw. Well, at least they don't have a Lurrus to buy. Upkeep, draw. Time Twister can't be the play here, right? Yeah, I don't think it is. Let's just let them make a thing. We will Swords to Plowshares it. And then probably Spell Pierce a Force effect. Resolves. Swords that. They can't have Spell Pierce. And by that, I mean they can't effectively play it. Okay, and then do they spend this turn to make another construct? I believe so. I hope so. If they don't, that means they have better stuff to do. Okay, they do not have better stuff to do. Now this may be a Lotus. It may be a Vexing Bauble. It may be a Pithing Needle if they have it main board for my Saga. Okay, it's a Manifold Key. Do they go land Time Vault here? No. Okay. Let's go to our turn. Time Walk would be alright. Psychic Frog not alright. I think we just have to say go and take 5. I could also see Time Twister, but the way they paused, I think they have a Spell Pierce. So I'm just going to say go. If they Time Vault here without playing any more mana, I get to Spell Pierce it and even have mana open to pay for Spell Pierce back. Yep, I'll take 5. Cycle Lorien revealed, sure. Island. Is this the Time Vault? Flow State. I think I'm going to have to let that resolve just so I can get some constructs in. Now, Manifold Key means the construct's unblockable. But if I can find removal, then I think we're sitting pretty. And I think I need to get Vexing Bauble here. Okay, Tundra's not a bad draw. I will get Vexing Bauble. I will play Tundra. I will attack back. Okay. Let's keep hoping they don't have Time Vault. Cycle another Lorien revealed. What is this? Tezzeret Cruel Captain, I will happily Spell Pierce. If they have a Spell Pierce, then now is the time to play it. Okay, they did not have a Spell Pierce. Let's see if they attack. They trade 5 for 8. Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, upkeep draw. Lorien revealed. Yeah, I'll cycle this for an Underground Sea, of course. I don't think it's time for Meticulous Archive. Play a Frog. And then I will pass. One more artifact puts them in a lot of hurt. The problem is that all my artifacts cost 0. Yep, and they have the Time Vault. Okay, well, let's see if we can draw a Force of Will. Which they probably have an answer to. Good game. Alright, I think Consigned to Memory is in order. I think Seal of Cleansing is in order. I think the Stony Silences are in order. Basically, any type of Time Vault deck, we just want those Stony Silences in. They're not a Lurrus deck, so I don't really need to worry about exiling. Vexing Bauble, we're on the play, so I still want that. I don't think I want a Time Twister against them. That just seems horrible. We didn't see a lot of targets for the swords either. I think I'm also going to cut Basic Island here. And I guess I'll go down to 1 swords. Yes, I'd like to play first. I will reveal my Lurrus. Well, this hand is not keepable. We'll mulligan. This hand is better. We'll keep. And we even get to Force of Will check them. Let's... Honestly, I think it's Spell Pierce. I would like to keep a threat. Because I can end of turn Bowmasters. Or Sorcery Speed Bowmasters being on their hand. And I would like more mana. So yeah, I'm going to put back the Spell Pierce. Let's go to our main. We will target them with Probe and see what we're working with. Stock up Emerald, Lorien, Scalding, Ancestral. Okay, so we definitely want to play Bowmasters. Cast. And we'll just play Bowmasters. And then next turn we get to Stony Silence. And if they go for Flow State, they're only getting 1 card currently. Cycle Lorien revealed. Is this for like okay, no, it's for Underground Sea. Okay. Sure. We will draw. Force of Will. That's a good one. Let's play Tundra. Let's Stony Silence. Okay, I wanted to do that before attacks in case they wanted to recall. That way I attack for more. Alright. Tellurian Academy can still be a scary land. Vampiric Tutor. That was their draw. Interesting. That's fine. They could just get Urza Saga with this, which would be really annoying. Urza Saga is a way that they can beat us on this board. Let's see if they got it. Okay, they get Scalding, or they play Scalding Tarn. Sure. Swords the Plowshares. Let's force. They might recall in response, but that's fine because we'll get our massive creature. Sure. All right, and we still get our Bowmasters. That's excellent. Let's see what we draw. Mock Sapphire doesn't do much. We'll just keep that in our hand. Let's attack. Okay, they're at 6. Another fetch land means we have lethal in play. They currently have instant and sorcery in yard, so this might be a flow state. Okay, it is a flow state. And they played Island, so now Stock Up's the only card we have left. Let's hope they didn't find a Swords. Okay. Upkeep draw. Underground Sea at least buys us Lurrus. Let's get in there. If this connects, it turns off Force of Will and fetch lands. Okay, there's our Lurrus. We will pass. See what they draw. Opponent has 8 cards in hand. They need to answer 2 creatures. They cannot Force of Will, fetch, or draw cards currently. Okay, flow state. This increases our chances of winning pretty deeply. Okay, we do win. All right, game 3. I think we just want to execute the same board plan. I do want to keep in a Swords just in case. Being a Demonic Tutor version of this deck definitely helps with all of that. Being a Demonic Tutor version definitely helps because it basically like having 2 copies. Yeah, I think I like this the way it is. Let's ship it back. Let's reveal Lurrus. And this hand is acceptable. We can still play turn 2 Psychic Frog. We have Wasteland for a Saga or a Tolarian Academy. All right, we both kept 7. Underground Sea. Mox Ruby. Sensei's Divining Top. Sure. Okay, a second fetch land is nice because that means that we're able to fetch Meticulous Archive if we want. Let's look at their hand. 4 cards remaining. Orcish Bowmaster is not a bad draw. Stock Up, Brainstorm, Swords, and Urza Saga. Okay. Let's just play Misty. And we'll pass it back. I don't want them to know about the Wasteland, and I would like to Meticulous Archive here, I think. Okay, they do play the Urza Saga. Into Stock Up, which I think I will Force of Negation here. I hope I draw a Mox. Please draw a Mox. Nope, just a Frog. Okay, well, I don't know why I didn't crack the fetch. I should have cracked the fetch. Okay. Now, they do have a Brainstorm here, unfortunately, which they may execute now because they don't have, I don't have Orcish Bowmaster's mana. If they're activating Sensei's Divining Top now, it means they're probably not going to Brainstorm. Yep. Interesting. Okay. Mana Crypt is annoying, but not unbeatable. Mana Vault, okay. Opponent is going off, as the kids say. Yep, and that's a Divining Top. Okay, they didn't have a way to shuffle, so that's nice. This time I will remember to get Meticulous Archive. Strip Mine. Our opponent has a ton of mana, but not a lot of blue, so sure, let's put that on top. And remember, our opponent didn't shuffle. If I didn't have Force of Will here, I probably don't make this play. But cutting them off blue, I think, is important. They didn't play another land, and I think they would have played a Sapphire or something if they had it, or a Mox Opal. Or really any Mox. Okay, they did lose the coin flip. Looking with top. Okay, our turn. All right. Mental Misstep. Okay. Let's just play Pluto Delta pass. This way I can Orcish Bowmaster's end of turn into Frog. Let's see if they lose another flip. They do. Opponent confirmed unlucky. Opponent activating top. I don't know if I want them to draw a card here or not. All right, well, they do, so let's sacrifice. Very obvious we have a Bowmasters now. All right, Bowmasters. They do force back, which I will also force back, pitching a frog, because we have 2. And remember, we know that they have swords, but they don't have the mana currently to cast it, and if they do find it, we have Mental Misstep. Cycle Lurrus revealed, okay. Well, this is going to be for a Tundra. Yep, they do get a Tundra. And we're going to Mental Misstep that Swords to Plowshares. All right. I like the way we navigated this. Gitaxian Probe is a hell of a card. Daze isn't going to do much. Let's just attack. Let's play Frog. Let's see if they lose another flip. Okay, they don't. A PO here would be very annoying. I don't know if they play that or not. I don't think they are, because they're playing stock ups and flow states. Speaking of which. And Lurrus revealed definitely helps them with this. I'm going to have to try one of these stock up flow state lists soon. Sure, you have a probe. That may be out of desperation. Opponent is dead on board. All right, that's the game. 4-1. Who says Esper Lurrus is dead? This was really sweet. I'm glad I got to play this. During round 1, I was kind of scared because I just felt like Captain Planet had better technology than us and was just outdrawing us like crazy. But we were able to stick it through and come down to that literal photo finish. That was incredible. Great games, Captain Planet. I hope you're watching, and I greatly appreciate you. Daze did end up being a fantastic card for us. Also, our opponents had a Daze. That was kind of annoying, and even though I pointed out like I should hit their sewers in case they have Daze, I just chose not to, because even I was like, no one plays Daze in this format. Why would you do that? So that was kind of funny. I don't think there's really much else to talk about. The deck just kind of did what it's supposed to do, and that's just to tempo out your opponent. It is nice to get a 4-1 because unlike Arena, it's not free to play on Moto, and I just don't have the extra funds to devote to it. So I am going to kind of keep the vintage content to maybe once a week or so. I do apologize for those that are watching strictly for vintage, but hopefully you're enjoying some of my other stuff as well. If you like what you're seeing, please let me know. If you've stuck around till the end, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out some of these others you might also enjoy. I alternate between playing vintage and powered cubes both on MTGO and MTG Arena. If you like cubing on Arena, but it's too expensive to play as often as you'd like, check out some of my personal MTG Arena cube videos on this channel. If you like it, join us sometime for a draft. We'd love to have you. If I don't see you in Discord first, I'll catch you in my next video.